Sí.
Hey everyone. Was that
Hey, Danielita. We don't have a camera, Danielita.
we do have a camera?
Mm.
It always takes a little to
Oh,
be on
okay.
it.
Yeah. How are you, Danielita? You're off camera.
I know, because I'm trying to adjust the size of the letter.
Oh, I can, but I'll do this today. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. We look
Hey everyone.
especially orange today.
Yeah, you were saying that we look as if we were inside a volcano.
Inside a volcano.
I think
Yes.
that's super accurate. I don't know why, but
No.
that's
No.
how it's gonna be
I mean,
today.
we had used this bigger lamp,
Yeah.
and but today
Oh,
the
let
thing
me
is,
check.
if we set the auto white balance, we look like zombies. I think everything's good.
Go, go.
No,
What
no,
are
no,
you saying?
no. I'm just waiting to see. No. Are you
Ready.
done? Are you good?
Well, I mean, you could have
Oh no, no, no.
talk
Oh no.
while I was doing my
No,
thing,
no, no,
but
no, no. I want to be like everyone that we're just watching to see what's going on. So I don't know. We set it. We set the white balance, and yeah, it was either this or zombie like.
yeah,
Especially particularly today.
particularly
uh,
me. I don't know
No,
if it's
no,
because
no.
I had a flu
The flu or a flu?
A
Yeah, we don't
flu,
know. We
a
don't know
couple
which
of
flu.
a couple of days ago,
Mm.
but the only thing we know is, I mean, we're fine, so no need to worry. Because I know
Oh
because
no,
of COVID, a lot of people worry.
no,
It's
no.
not
You
COVID;
had
it's just a flu.
yeah,
But I mean, I was a little
a little sick,
congested, I would
congested.
say.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I am, Mars lighting. I know, right? But it is what it is today. So
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing. So, no, but you're fine
I'm
now.
getting better, yeah.
Yeah,
Little
and
bit congested still, but
and I am like a tree trunk. I'm like a
Yeah.
rock.
yeah.
I
How do you
don't.
say roble?
I don't know.
Oak?
Roble, oak, maybe. No, oak is cedro.
Mm, yeah.
I think. Yeah, I don't know. Cedar? I don't know. But
Cedar?
cedar should be cedro. So,
I don't know.
yeah, me neither.
So yeah, you're like a tree.
Yeah,
You
I
never
don't get sick. I do get sick, but
Well,
very,
sometimes,
very
yeah, but
sporadically. It's very strange.
I mean, I used to get sick a lot. Now
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Well, you used to have to work at nights
Yeah, I
and
used
then
to be
have to leave.
Yeah, but I used to be sick. Like I had like a flu all the time.
Constant flu.
Now I
Mm.
don't. So when it hit me, I was like
Yeah.
no energy. I just
No, and you probably caught with Ferhat because Ferhat had like sore throat and like runny nose,
Mhm.
and you probably caught it.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
don't.
Thing is that I got it worse.
Maybe.
She was good like in 2 days.
Yeah. The thing is, my when my Samu and Fer were in kindergarten, and every parent can attest to this. Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
I
So
oak
oak.
tree, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was
So
good, yeah.
cedar is cedro. So we're good. We're good.
I know this case, so I was good. Roble sí es oak tree.
So you were good.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
was
no,
good.
no.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I was saying. You're good. But every parent can attest to this. When kids go to kindergarten, it is like the mother of all
Constant
flus.
flu.
Yeah, they're always sick. They
Well,
always have runny noses.
yeah.
Always. It's like the moment their immune system is like, okay, we're learning how to live on this planet.
Yeah, and you know that with my cousin, my little
Yeah.
cousin, he's
Yeah.
still in kindergarten, and he has a flu like
And there's
3 times a month.
nothing stronger than those, those whatever they are, those viruses. Nothing. I used to remember when Samu and Fer were both very little. It kicks your butt. It is tough. It is super, super tough. It is like one flu after another, after another, after another. And I guess, I don't know, my immune system is pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
Well,
I don't know.
mine, I don't think it is that good.
My body,
Sorry.
my muscles ache. That's my bad. That's my,
My
like
muscles
Achilles
don't ache.
heel. Yeah, my back has hurt forever.
My back has never
Yeah,
hurt.
my back has
Maybe
hurt always.
once or twice, but
No, my back has
not
hurt.
usually.
I remember when I was working at the illustration studio, and I was like early 20s. My back would kill me.
Yeah.
Totally kill me. I didn't have terrible posture either. Well, worse than I have now, yes.
But I do have a terrible
You have a bad
posture.
Yeah, but
and I'm never bad for my back. I was back
No.
for a bit, but then I got this kind of pillow.
Yeah,
Because the thing is that I am petite, so the chair,
yeah.
I think, was like I couldn't have the perfect posture to
No,
the chair.
no. Yeah,
So I was always like sitting in the middle,
yeah.
so I couldn't put my back.
Yeah, you
In
got
the
like an
back.
extra
So now I
support
got
for your
this,
back.
And
Yeah.
it has like the perfect posture.
Yeah, that's good. That's
So-
good. No, for me, it's been back. Then what order has it been? Then wrist, then elbow, then shoulder.
And knees, no?
No, not my knees crack, but you know.
My knees always crack, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean they hurt.
Oh no. No,
They're-
no, no. No,
they're
my
just-
knees never.
Saying hi.
Yeah. So, yeah, what color are we? I'm looking at our color.
No, but let it go. I mean, it's
no,
the
I'm
way
just
it's gonna
curious.
be.
No. I'm just fascinated.
We are as if we were part of a sunset,
That's
like
good,
a super
yeah,
orange
yeah.
sunset.
It's always in Colombia. This is what the sun always looks like.
Orange
We just have
sunset,
like
yeah.
a nice window in front of us.
Yeah,
Always.
and the room gets orange,
yeah,
which
always.
is
It's amazing.
pretty lovely. I would
very
say. I
little,
really
very
like it.
few people know this about the equator, but this is what the light looks like. Golden.
Exactly.
It's golden hour always.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like orange golden,
Yes.
because it's like more than golden.
It's Indian yellow. Again, you know, equator-like. So, anyways, what are we doing today, Daniel Lira?
If maybe you're new here,
Yeah.
hi,
Hi.
I'm Daniela Ocampo,
And I'm Daniel Ocampo.
and he's Nicolas Uribe.
Yeah.
We are a couple.
Yes.
We're also a couple of artists,
Yeah.
and
So we're a couple and a couple of artists.
exactly.
Okay.
And we are having this kind of series in our
Yeah.
channel
Yeah.
called Visual Correspondence,
Oh, tell me more.
where we answer back with images and
Yeah.
we surround that answer with a conversation. So
Yeah.
that's what we're going to do today. The last Visual Correspondence, I did a sculpture.
Yeah.
I did a wood sculpture that
Yeah.
you can check out in my Instagram.
Yeah.
Over,
Nailed
over
it.
here.
It's right here.
Uh-huh. And you're answering back to that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then with the answer you're giving me today, I'm
Yeah.
going to answer in the next Visual
Right.
Correspondence.
So it's
So
a
we have
cycle.
like an ongoing conversation.
It's like a circuit.
Exactly. It started on January,
Yeah.
but it's been ongoing
Yeah.
since.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
we take some weeks off, sometimes because we're not here, and other times because, like I did this week, I needed another week.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that the painting is going to be more elaborate. It just means that sometimes it's a little bit harder to try to understand what you want to talk about.
Mhm.
And I think that's what happened to me this week. I wasn't super certain. I mean, we had like a super cool conversation. And by the way, if you guys want to check out, we do have a playlist on our channel
Yeah.
that you can check out all the visual conversations, and that would put you
visual correspondences. Oh my god.
visual correspondences or visual conversations.
No,
I mean,
because if they put visual conversation, they wouldn't get the playlist. So
yeah,
it's Visual Correspondence as
Yeah.
the title of today's video. And we have a playlist
yeah,
with all the visual correspondence. I think we've said this before, but we've had pretty cool conversations.
yes, I would. Yeah, I
About-
would say so.
Well, yeah, we're kind of biased, but
Yeah, a little bit.
but we've talked about more personal stuff, more things from the imagination,
Yeah.
more like playful stuff, fun stuff. So
Yeah, it always.
we invite you to check it out.
Yeah, it
if you
always.
want.
We don't really know where the where the
Conversation.
visual part of this conversation, of this correspondence goes, and we don't really know where, our conversation goes
Exactly.
when we actually do one of these videos, where that is going to take us. So it was my turn today, and I took this little thing, and I guess I just
I'm
took it-
sorry.
Yes, well,
Because I forgot something super
Okay.
important
yeah,
before you start.
yeah.
We do sell the correspondences we have as a couple too.
Yes.
And we
As a pair of
send
paintings.
exactly.
Pair
Well,
of
as a couple
artworks.
of
pair of art
works, yeah. And we sell them in our webpage,
Yeah.
which is ourpaintedlives.com.
Yeah.
If you want to check it out.
Oh yeah, for
So-
the people that don't know, most people that are here know, but yeah, for the people that don't know,
Everything we do here.
we have a web page that serves as a storefront, and that is really what keeps our channel going. There's nothing backing us except the people that support us by purchasing
buying
our
painting,
our paintings
exactly.
or artworks or your sculptures, or drawings, or whatever we produce. So we don't have ads. We're not paid by
Well, we
anyone.
have
Well,
at the beginning, but
YouTube has ads.
as we said, we get
Oh,
like
nothing.
$3
Yeah. So
in a video. So
we would never be able to make a living from what we get in the channel. No, the channel is like the cool socializing part of what we do. Is where we meet our community every day. But it's not really like a source of income.
Exactly.
What we try is to produce like really cool stuff, cool paintings, cool artworks, cool sculptures, cool drawings, and hopefully people see that they are fairly affordable prices. And if people like that, they don't know it maybe, but what they're doing, which is very, very nice, is subsidizing the channel for everyone else to watch and to enjoy, hopefully.
Exactly. And we do it with the amazing company of super cool people.
Yes.
That
Amazing.
join us.
Yeah,
in the
every day
channel.
almost.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you were saying. So for this visual
Yeah.
correspondence.
So for this, usually what we do is we try to hold on to a little bit of the conversation that we're having, like the one that we're gonna have today, and we hold on to like a little something. It just it can be like a nugget of like knowledge, or just a comment, or something that we saw. It could be visual too. It could be just something we expressed verbally. It doesn't, there's no rules really to this. We can just be excited by anything we want. I have no say into what you're excited, and you have no say into what excites me about your conversation. So we respect each other a lot, in the sense that we just say, hey, the ball's on your court. Now you can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
So one of the parts that really excited me, because we were kind of having this conversation that was very fantastical, I feel, last week. And one of the parts that really excited me was trying to make up a story behind the character that I did, and which you actually built from. So you actually kind of built on this mythos of these couple of characters. They kind of belonged to like the same universe. You almost like played along to the it was almost like a tone piece, and you were like, yeah, I'm going to play along, and I'm going to insert myself in this universe.
Into the, exactly.
So it was very, and that doesn't quite happen with everything that we do.
No.
We sometimes go like our separate ways.
Yeah, it was just the route I wanted to.
Right. And again, whatever
go through.
path,
I don't know what it's
whatever path we choose is perfect. Perfectly fine. So I was like, oh, I want to keep going in this universe, because I wanted to keep going into this sort of like medieval fantastic universe.
Elden Ring
inspired. Yeah. I haven't played though in a very long time.
Well, I told you some days ago.
We've done other things, so I've had to work on other things too. But I also thought, okay, but that's gonna, I'm gonna enjoy this, but I much rather see if I can keep some of the things that I liked about this character development thing that we were doing. I don't do, character design. That's not part of my wheelhouse. I wish, in another lifetime as an illustrator, I think I would have been kind of good at dedicating my life
that
to
goes
just
very hand in hand with what you
designing
like.
characters and
Yeah.
designing monsters. And oh my God, for video games, animation stuff, I would have loved that. I think I would have really, really loved that. But it's not what I do. It really isn't. And I think when I try to do it, I think it shows that I'm very amateurish about it, but I do enjoy it. So the important thing about it is like, even though I know my shortcomings when trying to be that sort of alternate version of who I am, I know where I fall short, like for sure, 100%. But I also know, wow, I'm enjoying this. Like I'm really, really, really enjoying this. So I wanted to keep that going, and I thought, there was a moment in the visual correspondence that we were having 2 weeks ago that we were talking.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So the one you did.
The one you did. No, because I took.
Oh
2
yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
2 weeks ago.
My bad.
That we were talking about how these stories, the stories about these characters, get to be known. You know, how do we imagine that?
How we pass through the stories of
exactly, and that has always been like a fascinating part. You know, of not, and this goes beyond illustration. This for me, this is like this. I have this weird fascination about what would happen, and I always frame it this way. And for people that know us or that have heard me speak before, they've probably heard me say this maybe one too many times. But I've always had this weird fascination about trying to imagine a world where, you know,
everything
art ends.
Exactly.
Which is already like an abstraction. Like, what does that mean? Art ends. But, you know, go with me on this ride for like a little bit. So art has ended, and suddenly there's no records of art. So no, let's say there is no record of art. So that's what has ended. But the idea of art has, you know, still can be spoken about. But you have to pass that idea onto other people that knows nothing about art, because they cannot experience it, they cannot see it, they cannot hear it. You know, they're not, it's not part of their universe. So they are a generation that is, you know, artless. So I've always imagined, like, how does that go? And I always think that verbally is probably the most powerful thing, you know. I think in our you know, species, that has been the most powerful way of transmitting knowledge and experience. And I thought, oh, this would be really cool. Like, what sort of characters or people would try to explain? And I always put Rembrandt as an example, but he's my go-to. But how would you explain to like a new generation what Rembrandt was, what the idea of Rembrandt was? You know, he was a person, but, you know, for us, he's much more than a human being. Like
how would you explain Rembrandt's painting to someone?
And the idea of Rembrandt and what he symbolized. But how do you explain it without showing
a Rembrandt,
right? Or without really speaking about, oh, that was, you know, 17th century Dutch painting, and this is what was going on. So if you kind of took art, if you ripped the context out of art, and if you try to like explain it, it must be so abstract, and it must sound so nonsensical. I've always felt, because I don't know, imagine like, I don't know, you know, 1,000 years from now, where, you know, that idea of preciousness of art and the way of, you know, the devotion of art that we have just has disappeared. And, you know, us trying to explain why there was a painting behind the bulletproof, you know, glass, and why it was so important for our humanity. Maybe people just don't get it. They don't understand it. Maybe it's one of those things. And I always kind of imagined it this way. Maybe it is one of those things. Have you seen those people that, you know, put signs up like the world is ending, and then they start to speak about the apocalypse, like the incoming apocalypse? I've always loved it. I've always thought that, you know, art without context, without anything to like say, hey, this is the Sistine Chapel, this is the Pietà, this is, the Mona Lisa, whatever, these are the things that back this up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the context in which they were created, and this is why they are wonderful. But I've always imagined, rip it out, and trying to say, no, this is, we have to aim to do that in such a sophisticated way so that we can go back to this level of humanity that we have, to this level of sophisticated humanity that we had. But I've always felt that it would be almost like a cacophony of words and sounds that wouldn't make sense, because art speak nowadays, where artists and curators and critics and historians and professors and artists and I don't know, people that are learning, students, we all are supposedly trained to speak the same language, and I don't want to say that we talk, a different language, but yeah, sometimes when you have to read stuff that critics would write,
there
or
are
curators would
that
write,
or does not exist.
Yeah.
But in the art world,
Oh,
they do.
you're right. You
So
are
it's like,
100%
oh
right.
yeah, it exists if you're talking about art.
There
so.
are terms, and I can think of some in Spanish, but
Me
there are
too,
terms that can only be used in art. That, if you have a normal conversation, people will be like, that's not a word.
Mm-hmm.
That is so not a word. But for art, we're always like, no. Art can actually bend the language to its will, because there maybe are no specific words to talk about this,
Mm-hmm.
so we have to invent a term, and so it's really weird. So even for us that are trained to speak to speak that sort of language, sometimes it sounds ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, I mean, we make fun about many times reading stuff, and it could be like a whole paragraph, and we would be like,
It doesn't say
that said nothing.
exactly.
That meant
It's like a fancy way of saying that.
that meant nothing. It's like that was a lot of words and terms,
Mm-hmm.
and in the end, it's like sounds. It's like I guess I kind of have like an inkling of what you're trying to say, but it said nothing.
Mm.
It's almost like this overuse of terms and words that they're just there to sprinkle on top of these ideas, but they don't do much. I'm not saying that critics have nothing of value to say, or curators or teachers or artists themselves. No, of course not. But I've always been very critical of why the language that is used can't be simpler. I've always felt that if our aim is to talk to people, then why don't we speak in simpler terms?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I think if art is universal, which means that it's for everyone, for the universality of thought, regardless of race, religion, place you were born, doesn't
Age.
matter, upbringing, age, exactly. So if the aim of the artwork is to always have the hope to reach the most people in this world, why do we speak for the few?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we use words for the few? I've never understood that. Never, ever, ever understood that. And I think, SES is saying critics aim to talk down to people. I don't know if it's just critics, but there is such a thing. And I think
You good?
my nose is itching. And I think that we both also experienced this, how in academia, in institutions, educational institutions, you sometimes, for example, in thesis works, or in when works were when you had crits of your work, like finals and stuff like that, I never understood why sometimes every teacher has to say something. Everyone has to say something. And it's almost like it itches them to not say something, because if they don't say something, it's almost like I don't have anything to say, so I'm going to look dumb. And sometimes it would be like, at least I experienced it this way. Sometimes it would be like, oh, she said something super cool. And then, he starts speaking, and it's like, dude, you're saying exactly the same thing with different words that
Mhm.
what she said. but why are you needing to hear yourself say those things? Like, why are you needing to just say something that was already stated? Or in the effort to just say stuff, they'll just find, or I'm going to say we, because I was a teacher, but so I don't want to put myself outside of this. So we'll just find like the smallest of things that has nothing, like it could be so non-essential to the work, but we find it just so that we can talk about something.
Yeah, just to say like, I noticed.
Exactly. Like, and I'm going to give you a bit of knowledge that you don't have, because if you had it, you shouldn't have overlooked this little bit that I saw. It was like, it is my experience and my ability that helped me see this little bit that you didn't pay attention to. So yeah, so a lot of it is like ego driven, but I've always felt it's kind of ridiculous. I'm not going to say never, but the people that I've always enjoyed as teachers, they have an ability and they can be incredibly intelligent, but they can understand who you are as a human being. And it's not like they have to go down to talk to you. That's because that's not cool. No, but they know their audience and they know, okay, I have to explain this to you in these terms. And they are totally fine. It's not like, oh my God, I have to use like simpler terms to say this. No. In fact, I always thought that the most intelligent of teachers were the ones capable of saying, okay, I can give you an example, a very simple example of why this works, and everyone's going to get it. Everyone. And it doesn't have to be overly complicated. It's just very, very simple. I think those were always the best of teachers. Always. And where you studied, where I worked, there were, a handful of teachers that were incredible. Incredible. And I think they all shared that ability to you would always feel when they talked, like, I can understand this. Yeah. I get it.
And I can get something from what they were talking. Because I get what you're saying about the people that sometimes just say something to fill in the silence.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, well, yeah, I get what you're, like the critic you're telling me, but you just took my work and moved it to a completely different thing. Yeah. And now you're talking about that thing. Yeah. You're not even talking about my project.
Right.
But I remember a lot of teachers that were like, so I get your intent.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe you should look up this artist, or you should think about this and this. And it's like, oh yeah, they're really getting what I'm trying to say. Yeah. It's like we are having a conversation.
Right.
It's not like they're telling me something and I just have to listen to what they're telling me without having a connection to the work I'm presenting to them.
I remember there were times, I don't know if it happened to you, there were times where I was in critiques that the work that the student was presenting, or the young artist was presenting, was like a series of paintings, let's say. And the first thing somebody would say, somebody that was critiquing the work would say, was like, this would have been an amazing sculpture.
No, but I've told you that happened in my thesis. We had to do a lot of presentation to different teachers.
Oh, in the first part of socializing.
Exactly, first year and second year. And I remember in the first year, I was showing what I was doing. And someone said, like, I really love what you're doing, but you should do a documentary. And I was like, yeah, but I mean, I'm not in audiovisual and I'm doing sculptures. And they were like, yes, but you can't lose the content of what you're doing. And the best way to show everything you're doing is with a documentary.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I remember when I went back to my house, I was like, so now I have to do sculptures and a documentary around the sculptures. But I think that the sculptures by itself are going to be super powerful.
And you have to learn how to do a documentary.
Exactly.
During your thesis.
And I remember I even told you that I was trying to travel to the place where the story
originated. Yeah,
exactly. The story took place. The story that I elaborate in my thesis. Yeah. And then I was like, wait, why?
Yeah.
Why? Because I mean, I know that what I'm talking about can be developed in a lot of different ways.
Right.
But the one I'm choosing is this one. So it doesn't have to be this and this and this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
to check all the boxes. It can be a statement if it's just one thing.
Right.
And then I was like, no, I mean, I'm not going to do a documentary. I've never done a documentary. And I was thinking, like, I have to sculpt, like to carve a lot of wood sculptures.
Mm-hmm.
And by the side, I have to do a documentary,
Yeah,
and I have to travel, and I
Yeah,
have
no.
to. So I was like, no. And I remember then I spoke with the teacher that was in charge of my thesis,
Yeah.
and he was like, no, just don't
Your
listen
advisor.
to it. Yeah, he was like, don't listen to them.
Yep.
Because he told me, if you listen to them, then you're gonna do a drawing, a painting, a sculpture, a performance,
Yeah.
and then you would do half of them all, and
Yeah.
not the thing you really wanted to do.
Right. Right.
So yeah,
No,
I'm sorry
you-
it took a little
No.
too long.
No, because you're actually sharing
I'm
that.
sorry. I tried to cover my mouth and I
you went
just
like this.
coughed.
Oh, wah. I think
Yeah.
everyone got sick.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sorry.
No, but thank you for sharing something that is like grounded on a real experience that really shows you how many times the educational we try to do the best job that we can do. We try. But I think the educational institutions that are in charge of like art education are very flawed in many ways. And one of the ways is, and which is very, very clear to me, is that teachers, professors will always bring their own ego and their own way of seeing things to a classroom.
Mhm.
So for example, I hope this wasn't the case with me. I like to believe that I was a very, very open teacher. But so, for example, me, it's like saying, I'm going to look everything through the lens of painting
Yeah.
because I am a painter.
Yeah, because the person who told me about that was a historian
Right.
that focused on like the audio visual telling.
Documentaries. Okay.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I remember they even used some examples
Right.
of students that they've helped with their thesis that
Yep.
were the advisors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were like, I mean, for example, this student
Mhm.
did this, and they
Yeah.
just told me about that. And in my mind, I was like, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about and what I'm showing,
and you
because I
would
was
be
showing
like,
the sculptures.
Could we talk about my work, at least for now? I mean, if this is like the first moment we're socializing this idea of my thesis, could we not for one day talk about other people's theses that you want to bring?
Or maybe bring people that can give something to what I
Right,
did.
right.
So, your work remind me of
Yeah.
blah blah blah's work,
Yeah.
because I think that they did this and this and this, and I see this in your work.
Right.
In that, like, if they do that, it makes sense,
Right.
but
So-
not the other way.
No.
'Cause-
I think we're very flawed.
Mhm.
I think it's very, very, it's very difficult too. Also, it's a very difficult job, but I do think that we make it harder because when we don't want to let go. And I've always told you about it. I think the best director that at least I worked under at the faculty was Diana.
Mhm.
I think she was terrific, and she was the director when I started teaching many years ago. And I remember she went into a class, and she saw everyone working, and she saw me. I think she heard me for a little bit speaking, and then she waited until the class was over, and she told me, "Well, we hired you not to teach how you paint. We hired you to teach painting." And that blew my mind
Yeah.
because I was very young. I was probably like 29 at the time when she said this to me. And I think 29 is very young for a teacher, by the way. I'm positive that there are, exceptionally, well trained teachers that can be 29.
Yeah, but in
I think
your
it's very
case,
hard.
You felt
Yeah,
you were
in my
very
case,
young.
I thought I was still very immature as an artist to be a mature teacher, which is something completely different. So I started realizing, okay, I have to teach painting, but I can't solely base it on the idea of painting and the experience of painting that I have. So I was, racking my brain trying to think, well, how do I fill the gaps of the painter that I've never been, or the ideas of painting that I've never considered? How do I try to fill those so that I can talk to other people? And then I realized I can't be 1,000 painters. I can't. That's impossible. You can't be the painter that knows everything about painting and has done every single possibility in painting and has that, broad of an experience. And then the only place I knew I could start was from the student, themselves.
Exactly.
Because there's no other way you can cover enough ground. You don't have time. You don't have enough lifetimes to do it. But if you start from the people that you're teaching and you start, asking them questions and saying, okay, and you start realizing, okay, I can't help you with that, but I can walk with you along that path. And we together can be, on the lookout of things that are cool that are happening, or things that are, maybe these are traps. Maybe these are things that we have to be careful about. But I always kind of imagined that instead of trying to lie about the things that I didn't have the experience about, the experience, regarding any aspect of painting, I mean, there are things that I could say, oh, I need to read more about this, or I need to investigate a little bit more about this. But there were other things where I was like, I've never done that. I can't, how am I going to say, yeah, I know how to do this, or I know how to speak to you, regarding what you're doing. I realized, no, it's okay to tell somebody, you know what? I've never done this, but let's try this together.
The teachers I appreciated the most were the teachers who can tell me, like, I have no idea about that topic, but let me investigate.
Yeah.
Because I didn't appreciate when some teachers try to show as if they knew about everything.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Because I don't know why they think that if they don't, it's like showing they're less.
Yeah. Or their lack
they're
of
not
knowledge.
capable.
Hence, why are you there? Why are you a teacher?
Exactly. And I don't think it's that way. And I really liked when teachers were like, now you let me a homework and I'm going to go back, try to investigate, and try to come back and tell you a little bit more about your question.
Yes.
Because I really don't have an answer.
Yeah, and which is 100% okay.
100%.
100% okay. In fact, that's probably even more exciting, saying, oh, wow, they cared so much about what we're saying that they're going to read about it.
Exactly.
They're going to try to instruct themselves.
And not trying to answer to this question by using different fancy weird words and then get to another topic that they know how to talk about and then stick to that topic for an hour.
Right.
Where you're like smiling and saying, what does that have to do with what I asked?
Right.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
Exactly. So my notion was always and has always been about that disconnect. That disconnect, and how that disconnect is probably, hugely exacerbated if this art apocalypse happens. This apocalypse happens. I don't know what I don't know what I was trying to. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I was just trying to say something, but it didn't work. But how how strange those voices would sound, and how maybe the statements that these people in charge, these like Bart-like people in charge of communicating this message, of constantly trying to communicate and pass on this message, maybe they could be like super cogent arguments, but they would never make sense. They would sound and they would look incredibly foolish. So I took that and I was like, okay, I think I know what to do. And I had an idea that started to develop. But the idea was visual. So I knew I wanted something more like yes, a human being, but also a human being that has been deprived of or has shed some of their humanity. So they have transformed into something else, something maybe less human. So I thought about that because once you extract art from humanity, then you lose something. It's like, it is a huge loss. So I said, okay, then there has to be a way of saying that they've lost something, but they have to be animated. So it was almost like automat. I don't know how to say that.
Automatic?
No, like automaton, automaton, like those robots that kind of are alive that, that you have to, you have to wind them up and they'll come to life or something. But, so I wanted something like that, not super, steampunkish, not quite like that, but I envisioned, no, okay, this could be almost like Victorian like for some reason. I imagined something Victorian like. So I was looking at old crank generators. I was looking at old like power supplies. Like where would they, if the notion of art has been kind of like taken out of his body and has taken its toll, and the body has to find energy somewhere else. I started looking at this idea of like these old crank generators, like dynamo.
Yeah.
So you would crank up and you would get like electricity. So at first I thought, okay, I want this like crank and then this like spinning head. I wanted to do this like spinning head that had like tons of features in it that would, spin, and then it would speak at the same time. So it would be gibberish. So it was like this, this head that would share like the eyes, but then it had like one nose, and it would share the mouth, but it was a mess. So the message would be like super, super garbled. And I liked that, but I was sketching and I was like, I don't know how to do this. I really don't. I had like an idea and I sketched them out. But I was like, I don't really know how to make it physical or to make it or I think I understood the parts of this like robot like creature, but I didn't understand how to make it whole. Yeah, or how to give it like a sense of place. But I still liked the idea of like this crank that was generating this power. And then I don't know why, but I was constantly thinking about the cranking mechanism and just this I'm not even. Well, I can do it with this. I was thinking about this motion like all the time. The need to do this, to be alive, and I realized, oh, what that reminds me of? Those organs. Those, I don't even know what they're called. Those big organs that these people in the streets would play that had like a little monkey, and they would, it was terrible. Like they were
boxes.
using. Well, yeah, but I don't know what I don't know what what the name of it is. Maybe you guys, maybe chat can help us out. It's some sort of organ, like.
It sounded as if you said maybe Chad.
Chat. Well, chat. If there's a Chad in chat,
that can't help.
Like maybe he can help us out. I mean, I'm sure he would feel heroic. Chad would feel super heroic by being the first person to give us the answer. So I was thinking about those kind of turn of the century organs. I'm guessing like those are like 18th century, 19th century, or maybe not 18th, maybe 19th century and like turn of the century. And I was thinking about that and I was like, okay, maybe you could kind of like mix the two ideas. So maybe it can be this kind of weird crank generator with this big thing that plays something like the message hurdy-gurdy. Is that a hurdy-gurdy? Maybe.
I can Google that.
No, let's see if chat can help us. But the one that has like the monkey. Maybe that's the name. Maybe that is the name. But anyways, so I was thinking, yeah, but what about the monkey? Because the monkey, I mean, that's a terrible part of it because it's super cruel to like have a monkey tied up and the monkey would you play the music, the monkey would dance and people would give you like change. So I was like, yeah, that's not cool because that's, that's animal like slavery. So that's not, that wasn't really cool. That's not a cool part of it. But I was like, okay, but what if they're one and the same? What if this creature has sort of degenerated so much? This creature that is about communicating and entertaining and trying to speak about this message that would for sure fall into deaf ears. What if?
So it's like Victorian, but 2.0, like Victorian in the 3000
Yeah,
year,
but that's like steampunk then. That sounds like what you're describing sounds super steampunkish.
Okay.
And maybe what I'm probably doing is kind of steampunkish, but not really
The
sure.
thing is that I don't know what steampunk is.
Oh, you'll
so-
see. You'll let me. What can I give you an example of like steampunkish? Did we ever watch City of Lost Children?
No.
No, it's one of my favorite movies. We have it here. It's the one of the old. I won't give it. I won't talk about the whole movie. Old man that has nightmares,
No.
and he has to recruit like children
No.
so that he can. Oh,
Nope.
okay. Oh, that probably one of my top 3 favorite
So
movies all
probably
time.
we should see it this week.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I don't know if there's any fans of City of Lost Children here, but anyways, so I imagine this creature, this composite creature, like it could be all in one.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I was like, maybe I can fit this idea of the monkey somewhere. Maybe the monkey is not there to entertain. Maybe it's also there to speak about, to say the message, to speak about it. Maybe that is the interlocutor. Maybe he is the sort of emissary. He's the person that's in charge of speaking this.
And would people understand
That's the
what the
thing.
monkey's saying?
It doesn't like the
It
fact
doesn't
that it would,
translate to words.
no, but because if there was somebody super educated saying the message, it would feel the same as if a monkey was saying it. That's what I thought.
Okay.
It would feel the same. It would feel
It would
so
sound crazy.
disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if a monkey was saying, from now on, you know how people would say modern for something that was contemporary. And this is very like philosophy also, but I still have in my family, when they look at something and they want to say that it feels very new, they're going to say,
super
oh, that's so modern.
Yeah.
So modern. And in my brain, I'm always like, well, that's modern art was like a century ago. So no, it's not modern. I don't even know if we can say contemporary anymore. Probably not. So that's how a word that was meant that people use, like, a very common word that people still use. And we could argue it's like, yeah, but it's like, it's stupid people that use it wrong.
But
no, it's people.
No, I think because with the things you're saying, I just keep thinking about this creature you're talking about feels as if they were also time travelers. Because how could you...
Remnants.
Well, no, how could you... If you're from the future...
Yeah.
And you go back and you're trying to tell people, no, I saw this.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe you use different words and maybe you're trying to tell them, or maybe you are super coherent, but you're trying to tell them that the presidents now are cows. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, something like that. And it's like, everyone's gonna say, no, you're crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
And maybe you can be talking about a reality that existed and you could be super articulate about what you're talking.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't make sense in their reality. So I love that because it feels like that person that's trying to give a message was like ripped out of all that surrounded him and put, or them, and put in a different place where that reality has nothing to do with this reality. So maybe like an alien too.
Yeah,
like,
it would feel very
I come
alien-like.
from another universe.
Yeah.
And cows are presidents, and everyone would be like,
in this case, it would just be a person holding on to like remnants from the past and trying to speak about past glory and how civilization was probably, far more articulate and far more educated. And one of the things they would do was these like different expressions of art. And then maybe everyone else is like, what is this dude talking about? Like, or what is this, thing talking about? So anyways, that's the premise. I think I
like it.
I think I went a little too specific. Organ grinder, maybe I think Nicola was it's pretty I think that's what they're called. Organ grinder. Could you Google that?
Let's Google it. Yeah.
Googled?
Googled.
Googled that.
Organ
grinder, maybe.
Organ grinder.
I know Rockwell did a painting. So images? Perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
So Nicola, spot on. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly it. Invictus is saying, have you played Amnesia, a machine? Oh, no, I started playing Amnesia once, but I don't know. I've never, it's like a super famous horror like video game. I started playing it and I never kept playing it, but maybe I'll try to play it again because it's very famous.
Because they're saying sounds like a similar.
Oh, it's
story,
cult-like.
so.
I don't know that, but I'm gonna be excited to try and play it. But anyways, let me show
No,
everyone.
but show me first.
Let me show you first. No, I saw it with everyone the last time, and then you showed it to me.
No.
Yeah, that's how. If you see your the last video, I showed it to everyone, and then I showed it to you. So let me show everyone.
I love it.
Okay, so I don't know how it looks.
It looks amazing.
And I don't know how it looks for everyone.
No,
but
I love it.
So hopefully whatever it was that I was describing makes sense for people now.
Well, 100%.
Yeah.
And I love how the tube that
there
connects
were
to
a
the
bunch
monkey
of like
goes out of frame.
out of frame.
Yeah.
It's very rickety, I feel.
No,
I feel
I
it would
love
be
it.
like this contraption that, it feels almost like an iron lung,
I guess it's
iron lung is like, I don't know what were the diseases that an iron lung would try to cure. I think it's very few.
what's an iron?
It's literally what it sounds like. It's this thing that you have to get into that's like this huge bullet of iron, and you just stick, and your head would stick out. And I think it would minimize the pressure on your lungs.
I've never heard
so that so you could breathe. So they were called iron lungs because the people that would suffer from, I forget what disease it was, but from that respiratory disease, they would have to be in these capsules, these huge metal capsules in order to survive. And there's only like a few people in the world that are still connected. Well, I mean, you don't have to be connected, but you have to be inside these things for hours at a time, lying down. It's super, super weird.
Is there like a new way to?
I don't know. Oh, was it for polio? It was polio, right? So it was amazing. Polio caused people's lungs to be paralyzed. Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, amazing in the outside looking in sort of way, but yeah, it was incredible. So there's only a few people, but it's this huge contraption that you would need to be alive. So I was thinking this, like, this is this character that would just have to try to, lug this thing around. And it was like almost like ball and chain. Although I kind of think that he would pick up its head or his head or their head, because I don't really know if they're, I haven't worked that out.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're one, if they're two, if they're symbiotes. Maybe that's why there's like a little kind of velvety piece of cloth on top, like he would put the head on top.
What I love about it, that everything feels like desperate.
Very.
They're like desperate to tell something.
Yeah.
And I also love that. The strap around the neck.
Yeah.
It's supposed to go around the neck because you have a head, so it can't go past it.
Oh, you're right.
But it doesn't have
What's
a
holding
head.
it? Yeah,
and
shoulders, I guess.
Yeah, and he's on, like, the monkey is in a crystal ball down, so everything's bound to be catastrophic.
Yeah,
because if they walk, maybe if the weight of the machine is a lot, it would crash.
Yeah,
the monkey head.
Yeah,
so it's like.
I imagined like this.
Chaos.
I imagined it's like this just like literally like an old, these old prisoners that would have to, carry this ball and chain, and you would just have to drag it. So this kind of crashing, tinkling of this ball just having to be kind of dragged across these very Victorian streets.
But I love that what I was talking about, the no head.
Yeah.
The body is like leaning backwards.
Oh, yeah. It has to hold all that weight. Yeah.
Exactly, because they don't have a head.
Yeah.
So they can't really use the strap correctly. Which
right.
Is
yeah,
amazing.
You're loving the strap thing.
Yeah. And I also love the fact that it's like in a narrow street.
Yes.
Like
like an alleyway.
Exactly.
Like a Victorian alleyway sort of thing.
And I can, I see that, and I can really imagine people like walking in
Yeah.
that town or whatever and being like, oh, there they are again.
Yeah.
We just
yeah.
have to pass through them. And like a lot of people walking and they're trying to say something, but nobody's really listening to them.
Yeah.
Nobody's
I don't
paying
even know what
attention.
it would sound like, because I was thinking of putting like this. I don't know. I even thought of this amp, sort of like thing that where the sound would come out of. I thought of putting something in that ball that could actually be the what would you call that? The parlante,
Speaker?
the speaker, where it
No,
would
but
just.
I love
But
I love
no.
it that way because it's harder
Yeah, it's
to
like
understand.
muffled.
It's
I
like
imagine
whoa,
that it's
whoa.
like muffled
Yeah, exactly.
and it's like very gargly, or I don't know.
I love it.
But I thought that it would be, and I also wanted to strip away that thing about the man was always going to be the one in charge of maintaining this monkey, and like the relationship of power there was just very evident, where monkey was going to work for you, and it was going to be tied to a string, and it was pretty horrible, like circus like. And I wanted to take that away, but I wanted to have this idea that this person, quote unquote, is headless. So what's the point? Like um, it's almost impossible to maintain our humanity if we're headless. So I kind of like this idea that the head that is replacing the missing human head was the monkeys. So it's like there's a need for this monkey. There's this, like you said, this desperation to understand that they need each other.
I
Underneath.
really, really love it.
So it's kind of weird. It's very much in the line of the other I think the one that I did before.
So to
yeah.
visual correspondence before.
There we go. I think it's very much in that kind of in that
narrative, kind
well,
of narrative, kind
I
of.
just I love broken characters.
Mhm.
Broken. I've always liked that more than heroes. And I've always liked villains a little bit more than heroes, because villains are usually far more broken than heroes. The cool heroes are always broken in their own way, but villains are always there's always something that broke them that made them villains. So I always felt, okay, that's really cool, because if you can speak about their humanity, through them being broken, it's always really cool. Like if you can feel that there's this human being that you sometimes can agree with, which those are the best of villains, the ones that you care about, the ones that you're like, oh my God.
Maybe not agree.
They just,
but like kind of understand.
But I remember, I'll give you like super, simple pop example, but Thanos.
I thought you were going to say Breaking Bad.
No, well, those are not quite villains, I would say. But those are more like anti-heroes. Because
Okay.
he's trying to do something good. He's trying to leave something for his family.
No, but don't. I mean, I don't
No,
know
that's
people.
first episode.
Well, okay.
Yeah. But with villains, sometimes if you go like, oh my God, I kind of agree with Thanos. Like the universe is completely out of balance, and he's gonna make the toughest decision for everyone. He's like the one being that can make and that has the power to make this decision for everyone. It's like you will have stripped planets clean of like resources. You're draining the universe out of all the things that other species need. We have to find balance. This is the cruelest and the most fair, in his mind, fair way of reaching balance. And when you heard him, it's like, oh, you're so messed up. Maybe there's some truth to that. And that's what's cool. That's what made him amazing. That's what made him, in a very pop way, very superficial way too, maybe. But that's what made him a really cool villain, a super, super cool villain. It wasn't because he was strong. Like that's not even part of it. But I've always liked that. So I've always liked characters that are broken. That there is there is this, at the same time, there is this, when you look at them, there's this feeling that is telling you, okay, they should exist, but their existence is like futile. It's like, yes, I agree, they should exist, but they offer nothing to existence. I love that. I love that, because what gives you purpose? What gives you a sense of being? What makes you kind of roam around these streets and feel the need that you have to, every time, every block, that you have to, put that head down and start kind of preaching about art. So I don't know. I thought this is very much like the older lady that is blind but trying to find her way, but trying to find her way where? If
I think they
she's
could live in the
blindly
same
grasping.
village.
I think
by
that's
the
my
way.
my world. I think my world is filled of these. It's absolutely full of these characters that don't. They almost feel like they're not extraordinary, but like these would be just regular characters. Like they would just be extras in this universe. The universe is probably filled with people that are far more powerful, far stronger, far more everything. But I like that this is like the gutters, the gutter of the universe. That's what I would, that's where I would feel like the most. Yeah. If you tell me, could you depict a king? I'd be like, okay, but king is like immense power. How do you say immense power? But if you tell me, could you depict the king's peasants? I would be like, oh yeah, I can totally, like, I have an understanding of oppression being far more sensible feeling than one of like, could you make somebody super powerful? It's like, what does that mean? I don't know how to make somebody so grand. But that's just me. That would be my limitations. But I know how to make people that just wander in the streets like aimlessly, I feel. I think the aimlessness
But I love that. I think that maybe the lady you did for the past visual correspondence you answered to,
yeah.
I think that she would pay attention to them. Maybe just for a bit. But maybe.
maybe she knows something that other people don't know, but
well, maybe that's where she got the clue for the missing amulet.
Yeah. I don't know if they speak the same language, because it's almost like what I try to believe is that this is a universe that has like a set of rules, like a very specific rule set. But each of these characters that has to live under these rules, because if you live on planet Earth, you have to live under planet Earth's
but are
rules.
kind of castaways.
But they are creating their own world. Like inside this world, this bigger world that has like bigger rules, they are their own little universe. Like to find, again, it's aimlessness and there is no real purpose, but for them to find a purpose, or for them to not object to doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, which is kind of like the same with the lady. Like she would just wander, without knowing where she was, just trying to be careful about something, the probability of something being there that she felt was hazardous or she felt scared of. It was mostly based on like, maybe one day something is going to scare me, so I need to be constantly protecting myself and just blindly finding my way towards what, I have no idea. And it's the same with this guy. I can imagine them just having like this job, it's just this one job, and they know it, and they don't, clearly they don't have to eat because there's no head. So that's not what gives them energy. That's not what provides them with like, okay, I need to fulfill like these biological necessities. But no. It's just like, my aim is to just lug this around. And I can't imagine like an effort. Like there is this exertion of force that you have to, you have to procure to try to carry this thing, throughout all these streets. And then, nobody, I'm guessing also that people were like either tired and maybe they grow accustomed to him, or maybe they just close their blinds and nobody walks out. And it's like, oh, there's, this dude again preaching about this thing called art.
Well, they don't even know.
Well,
Because I don't know.
Or
Yeah.
maybe the monkey just says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
Yeah.
I don't know. So,
no, I love it. Can you show it?
Oh, yeah.
People can see the size.
It's going to look far more moody.
No, the size.
Yeah.
Of it.
The colors are.
¿Me ayudas?
Oh, I'll show it. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So let me see.
So my hand.
Yeah, it's an A3 size. A3.
Yeah.
So that is my proposal to you for this.
Well, if I was
Let's call it.
struggling,
Let's stop calling it week. Let's say for this new exchange.
conversation.
This new exchange.
Correspondence.
Oh, I'm
Correspondence.
now I'm your conversation team.
Yeah.
I won you over.
Yes. So I was gonna say that if I was super lost the
Yeah.
last time,
Yes.
gonna be a little bit lost with this one. Maybe.
Yeah.
I can feel it. Have to revisit this conversation we're having again and again to
Yeah.
see where it's gonna take me.
That's cool.
And I really, really like, again, as with the one you did of the lady.
Yeah.
The narrative
Yeah.
around it. Because, I mean, you told us about what you thought when you were creating it.
Yeah.
But even if you don't say a word, like I see it and my brain starts trying to figure why is that being there? Why is it in the narrow street? Because it feels like they're telling something, but what are they telling? I mean, it's the head of a monkey, headless human body, or at least we think it's a headless human body, because maybe it's not. I mean, maybe it's another monkey there with human
That's for you to run with.
arms.
I already did my
and
part.
hands.
Next part is for you to run with it. So
So no, I really, really like it. I mean, and yeah, everything you were talking about.
mm,
I think it, like, everything you wanted to do,
yeah.
you did with the painting.
Well,
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's like, well, yeah, I'm gonna say I think it's a perfect execution to what you wanted to communicate. That doesn't mean it's the best way to do it, the worst. No, it's just a perfect. I mean, you went from point A to point B, and that's what you wanted. You wanted to communicate B, and you did.
long-winded way, by the way.
No,
'cause we spoke about a ton of stuff today to finally land on this dude with an organ grinder, but it's also like a crank generator.
Yeah, and I really love it. And
Headless.
the thing that I can't stop thinking about is like the absurd
Mm-hmm.
it is. Like what I was talking about, like that moment of chaos.
Mm.
Because for me, it talks about chaos. What I was saying about the headless
Yeah.
carrying with a neck strap,
Yeah.
and then a crystal ball down. Like I feel that it's bound to collapse
Yeah.
in every second could go wrong.
Yeah.
Everything could go wrong. So I
Yeah.
love that too, because I think it creates like a super cool tension
Mm.
with the narrator that maybe also communicates like the desesperamiento. How do I say?
Like despair.
Like the despair of the monkey trying to communicate something, but not being able to be heard by
Yeah.
others, and that's built with the tension of all the thing that's happening, like all the things that can go wrong, all the things that are
Mm.
bound to collapse.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I really, really, really like it.
No, thank you. Thank you.
And I want to ask a question.
Yes, anything.
The part of them emanating light, because first I'm gonna tell you what I thought.
Okay.
I thought that maybe the box was the house where
Okay.
the monkey head was.
Yeah.
Like it could get out of the of the ball, of the crystal ball.
Oh, okay.
Or
like
maybe
like
it's
a
in a
little
crystal
hamster.
ball, but it has like a connection that you
Okay.
can detach from the
I
tube.
love that you say detach.
And they are doing this, like they're moving the handle in order for the
Like a
voice.
projection?
No, for it to like to have a speaker, because that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Like he would connect that, and through the tube, the sound would go out from the big box.
Okay.
So that's why I was kind of lost when you said, I was thinking about doing a speaker, because in my mind I was like, wait, because I thought that was the speaker.
Oh no. So it has to be the generator. So that's where, I guess all the power, the way I imagined it was like that thing is like a really big generator, I guess. So that would be crazy heavy. And you would crank it, so you would get enough power for this, little head, for that head to have enough power so that it would literally power up and start monologuing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I just imagined like, and it starts like almost like
Yeah.
like a gramophone, like
Gramophone?
yeah, gramófono. Como el tocadiscos con el coso.
Ya.
Yeah. So, o como una vitrola, digamos,
Sí,
that
vitrolas,
you have to crank it. So yeah, but then I thought, well, if that's what's powering this the ability of this head to speak, which is very Mignola, by the way. Floating head in a jar, it's been done, but very Mike Mignola. So I'm not going to take credit for that. I have Mignola in my head constantly. So, in fact, this could be, he would do it far more elegantly and simply, and it would be like the efficacy of like brilliant design, and he would communicate it just perfectly. But
I don't think there's a point of you trying to compare how he would do it, because we're seeing
I know,
how you do it.
Yeah, I know
how you did it. So.
But I'm like, I like to believe that I can, I could coexist in a Mignola universe.
Yeah, you can.
I know.
But
you
should. You can do it, but you shouldn't compare.
I know. But that I'm deep down, I am a horrible fanboy, and that drives me too. So, yeah. So this is very Mignola. In fact, I'm gonna send it to him. I'll be like, Mike, because I can call him Mike, right? Be like, Mike, do anything you want with this character. It's all you. And maybe he said, I actually did that character like 5 years ago. What are you talking about? Yeah. And I'll be like, oh my God, I saw it. And I thought it was
my idea. Yeah.
Oh God. Anyways.
No, I really, really love it.
Yeah. I liked it too.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I also like the fact that we spoke about this, and I know we said we were going to do this every Monday.
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes you need more time to do some things, or maybe just life happens.
Yeah.
And I think that's good too.
Yeah.
So I like to think that I have the time I need, whatever that means.
Whenever you're
ready. I'm not going to take a year. Don't worry.
If you did,
don't worry,
then
everyone.
I would wait for a year.
But I like to have a time to really like digest the image.
Right.
And to digest the conversation, and to really have like an answer that makes sense.
No,
with
perfect.
what I'm feeling about it. That I'm trying to word out what I'm feeling about it. But
yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's a very important thing, because I felt that this week, and I think I told you in one of the videos that we were doing last week, I think I told you it's not as if the painting is going to be now this far more elaborate thing. Honestly, this is what did I do? I had a drawing. I had a terrible drawing underneath.
I don't think it was terrible, but
no,
okay.
trust me. And I did an underpainting. I
love the parts I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Because I really love how, for example, in the arm, you
Yeah.
can see the underpainting
Oh yeah, you can
with
see
some
the
bits of painting.
yeah, because I actually
'Cause-
that
but it's
arm
like
was way different.
yeah, but it's
that
like
right arm.
underpainting and painting, and they're just one.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel like it's a stage, but it feels like they really coexist. I really love that.
It was. I mean, there's a lot of like. There's a painting underneath there where I was trying to figure things out because I didn't have a proper design to go off of. So I was at the moment where I started the painting. I thought he would carry the ball. I thought he would have like. Let me show with this arm. So I thought he would crank it. So let me see. No, I can't see it. No, we can't fit.
So crank
we can't
it?
fit. Yeah, you be the crank and I'll be the. So I thought the character would have to crank at the same time and just hold this orb, this ball, with him. It would be carrying or like lugging around this ball. And initially I thought, okay, that's gonna be cool because it's like I'm carrying my head. It's a very headless, horseman thing. I don't know. Maybe that's in my mind too. I think
Maybe.
I saw when I was very, very young, very, very young. I saw Ichabod Crane. Have you ever seen that Disney short?
No.
It is amazing, amazing. I won't tell you anything, but that's. I'm sure you've heard of the tale of like the headless horseman. But I think they did a tremendous job in that short. But I saw that when I was little, and ever since I saw that, I was like, headless characters are amazing. There's something about. I mean, I guess this sounds terrible, but that's why the guillotine is something that's so it's such a strange idea, and the harshest and most humane, quote unquote, of punishments would be take off with their heads, because that's where your humanity just ends in a split second. So I've always been fascinated by that with executioners, and not fascinated in a dark way, but just what it meant for humanity to say off with their heads. That's such a weird thing. So I think I've had this fascination with characters, that what would imply for those characters that would still be animated, they would still function, but would have these, kind of other appendages as heads, or other things working as a head. Like, what does that mean? What does that say about the brain? What does that mean?
Changes?
Yeah, how does that mean what does that mean sensibly? Like, how do you perceive things? With your eyes, with your mouth, with your nose, with your ears. Like, there's so many senses there that are suddenly just cut off, like quite literally, from the rest of how your body functions, that I was always like, oh God, visually, this is so cool. So I guess that part of me is the one that's like, that I've always said it, in my heart of hearts, I'm an illustrator. Like, I love things like that. I love thinking of, oh, wow, this is super cool. How does that manifest visually? How would that manifest visually? And what could you say visually without any knowledge of anything else? But if you just saw that thing there that you created, this character there that you created, how would observers react to it without even knowing the story behind it, or what was driving the story? I mean, is there enough information there for them to say, wow, this is, what the hell, what's going on, and to generate their own ideas also of what is going on, what prompted this character? I always love that, always.
Something I really also enjoyed about the painting, when you were describing how like oratory at the beginning, when you were saying like,
oh yeah,
when there's, for example, a story
yes,
that a town tells,
yes,
like for years and years and years, and how it gets to nowadays.
Yes,
I also love the fact that the painting feels like the person who did the painting was trying to talk about that orador,
Yeah.
like that character
Mm-hmm.
that existed that nobody believed that existed.
Yeah. That's
Because it feels like it taps in the, like in time. I don't know how to tell this, but the underpainting
Mm-hmm.
makes me feel about that, like the searching of how am I showing, how can I show the people what I saw. And that's why I also have in my mind the fact of having someone and take them out of their world and put it in another world. And they're trying to communicate, but they don't have like a picture to show.
Yeah.
They're just trying to use what they have in their mind.
Yeah. So there's also
it's like,
like
an ongoing search.
like desperation almost in
So-
in every in the character and in me trying.
yeah, because I love to think that maybe you
Mm-hmm.
were the person who are trying to. I mean, you are the new them.
I am the new them.
Like the person who painted this
Yeah.
is the new them, because they're just like trying to paint like crazy
Yeah.
and showing people, and people are like, yeah, that's super cool, but that never existed.
Okay. Okay.
So,
yeah.
you know-
I get you.
So I really like thinking about that too.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. I think I get your idea.
mhm.
You're sort of like this visual recorder of this unknown thing, and you're trying to convince through drawings.
So just like the monkey.
Yeah.
I mean, you're trying to talk about art, but art doesn't exist.
right.
And
right.
the painter is trying to communicate what
Yeah.
he saw, but people
Yeah, you're
just,
right. You're right. The exercise, it's a very futile exercise also as an artist to say, I have this idea and I think I have a grasp on this idea. I'm going to try to flesh it out. And it's very difficult. I mean, that's
but that's not what I'm trying to
No?
say. No, what I'm trying to say is that I love that there's also a narrative.
yeah.
If you step out of the painting and
Yeah.
think about the painter.
Right.
But I'm
That's what
not
I was
trying
thinking.
to say that it's hard to create something from your imagination, because that's not it. I mean, you did the painting of your head in the pillow,
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel like this.
Yeah.
Because this also feels like the need of talking of something that existed, but nobody believes you that existed.
Okay. You're going like a step further than I am, but okay, I think I get you.
Well,
cool.
that's
No,
at
no, no.
least what I'm
Like we
reading
said,
about
like we
it. I
said.
mean, and it's, I see it as something super cool.
Yeah, no, like we said, art, you can only go so far. You can only go so far in art. You can just make something and then throw it into the wild, and then it's free. And then it's like, and you picked up that chicken that was running free, and you can go run with it.
Mhm.
That's not. It is not my place to tell you, oh no, that's not it. Oh no, that's not what I was trying. Oh no, I could answer. If you ask me questions, I can give you my best try.
No, but I don't
to give you my
want
best
to.
answer. Right.
I don't want to, because I want to create my own narrative.
Right.
And
So-
I think that's the cool thing about the image.
I guess the coolest part of what we've been doing is that we very rarely, I think, I don't think so. I don't rewatch these videos, but I know you do. And I know we have different
Sometimes, yeah.
ways of like processing information, but and none is better than the other. Like we just have different ways, but we never like go back and say, so when you said this, did you mean this or this?
Mhm.
Like, did you like, because I wanted to have some sense of clarity as to how I should go about. No. We're like, I'm figuring it out.
Mhm.
And I'm going to grab, like I said at the beginning, you just grab this little nugget of something and you say, that's enough. I think that's where I'm going to go with. That's what I'm going to go with. And you could say, like at the beginning, we started talking about this, how do you communicate verbally? All these, the grandeur of art. Like, how would you say, like, if you had to, like, fit that into this, alleyway monologue thing, how do you do that with an audience that is completely unaware of anything that had happened before? What would that sound like? And how would that feel? And how ridiculous would that be? Because it would be. In my mind, when I was thinking about that all the time, I was like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. But when I thought about it also, it's like, but how do you paint ridiculous? How do you say ridiculous? And that's what's cool. I think that's what's super, super exciting. So anyways, that was my bit for today.
So I don't think it feels ridiculous.
No,
like
ridiculous
I think
in
what
the
you're
way
trying to say,
senseless.
but the weird thing about the painting is that it really makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you could really believe that
Yeah, but
that's happening.
senseless that's why I kind of said aimless at the beginning. And I don't want to, this is not like, I don't want to correct you in any way. I'm just saying like what prompted me to do what I wanted to do there. No, my brother was correcting me, and he's probably super, super right about this. That I think I use ridiculous more as an expression that has, popularized like throughout the years. But he was like, I think you probably mean ludicrous. And when I say like ridiculous. But I think in this one, it's like, it's senseless. It almost feels like his job, like, no, he's never, in my mind, he is never going to convince anyone.
Yeah, he's not achieving something.
Of the worth of art. So it's really cool because he's got, and I think of him as a he, so that's totally fine. But I think he's got this one job, this one absurd job that he's got to do. He has this need to do it every day, and he drags this ball,
Like
and it clinks
and
clanks, and it just goes through puddles and stuff when he's like too tired to like pick it up and put it in the mantle of on top of the organ. It just like goes plunk, 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 plunk. And like you said, it's like all kind of broken and or all like splintered and broken. But it's just maybe like buffed from all the traveling that it has to go through. But he has to do that. He'll go through that. He'll drag that head through the mud, through the streets, through through everything to just try and communicate a message that will fall almost certainly on deaf ears. Like nobody will ever pay attention, but he will always, next day, he's going to do the exact same thing. And next day, the exact same thing. Next day, the exact same thing.
I love that.
And I love that. Like futility is just so attractive to me. Just doing something because you feel that's, I don't know, that's your purpose. That is your purpose. So, anyways, that's it for me. Then it's balls on your court.
Yeah, but would you like
Monkey
to read
ball is on your court.
Would you like to read some comments?
I would, especially just to say hi to people. Also, ooh, why is this all like? I have to. I don't know what you do to my mouse when you use my computer. Let's say hi to people that I know. There's some people hanging out. Emery Borge or Borge or Emery Borge says hello. Liad says hello. Hello, Liad and Emery or Emery. Margo Delgado dice hola. Hola, Margo. Buena tarde, Margo. Mohammed Zildzik. Hello, please end pause.
So
Not
hi,
sure
Mohammed.
Yes, so hi, Mohammed.
Invictus.
Very nice to have you. Invictus, hello, everyone. Javi. Hello there. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes, Javi. Carlos Taylor, Mars Lighting. Yeah, we kept it. Makes sense for some of the figures, especially the Hellboys, maybe.
Yeah.
Catherine Kenny says hello. Carlos corrected us with the oak tree thing. It's Indian yellow. Yes, we feel like we are like the monkeys. We feel like the monkey head. We are swimming in Indian yellow pea.
Maybe we are in a bigger sphere that is contained by a headless body.
Our planet is that monkey.
Exactly.
The dark side of the moon is a monkey face.
I like that.
Never seen it. Michael McEwen says you should call it the Bletherin. Bletherin.
What's that?
Bletherin. That's my Scottish. Well, I'm a Scouser, so please.
¿Qué es eso?
Michael, please. Talking nonsense.
Okay.
Bletherin. It's no. I was gonna do a horrible Scottish accent there, but Bletherin. I think Bletherin. If I go Bletherin.
Why are you? I mean, you've said Bletherin like
because
1,000
I can invoke.
times.
I feel like I can
minute.
invoke my Scottish through that word in particular. Try to go. Do you have a sense of how Scottish people speak? No? Maybe?
Blethering.
That's not, well, it's not bad. You sounded more British, but more.
Well, that was my...
Yeah. But anyways.
You wanted to say it again.
But yeah, we're going to leave it there.
We're going to
leave it there. No, Michael is probably like, oh, please shut up. Well, a lot of that was blethering. I went with like an American pronunciation there. Marcelo says, hi, everyone. Hey, Marcelo. Boa tarde. Invictus, that's my dream skill. I think
creating characters like Magic, the Gathering artist. Get there probably.
Yeah, that's tough. People that work in Magic are so good. They're very, very, very good.
When you were talking about art being destructed, and like art disappearing, that's when Carlos Taylor said this could be in a Love, Death and Robots episode.
Yeah, it's a sort of a it would be an apocalypse. I don't know. Can you conceive of a world like without music or dance or visual arts? I mean, we probably could conceive of it.
The thing is that I think there's a human urge to do it.
Yeah.
So maybe it would be it would be created again.
Yeah, I'm sure that like
one way or
like
another.
You take away music and the first moment there's raindrops falling onto like bamboo or like little coconut shells or something, and they start like doom 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 doom.
Exactly.
That's music. It would start again, and the moment that somebody grabs a stick and starts drawing in the beach in the sand, or like a piece of burnt wood and starts drawing on a cave or a sidewalk or anything.
Yeah, but
it's like drawing is alive. Right there.
Ways of art would be reborn.
Yeah, it's like a phoenix.
Exactly, because it's like in the human.
Yeah, it's all of it. It's like all of that is in us, in one human being. I would feel that's all you would need. That's very Nietzsche, I think. It's like one human being can carry all those torches. I don't know if I was in charge. Every time I would read that, I would be like, so I would be in charge of making a cell phone and making microprocessors and making. I don't know about that. I can teach people how to draw. How to be stupid, and that's about it. That's the extent of my knowledge.
When you were saying about the words in Spanish for art doesn't exist outside the art world, Jair Piñero said like what word?
No, so
there's a lot of
I'm like I gave the simplest of examples with the word moderno, but sometimes you use like grafismo or dibujístico. Like it's tons of words that you're like, okay, that's not a word, but we're just going to make it a word. Okay, fine. We're going to make it a word.
Nikola Smijarevich was saying, hi, everyone.
Smijarevich. I'm going to say it's in the A, yeah.
It was Smijarevich. But remember they told us the J, it's like a Y.
Well, so I did it. I did it.
Because you said Smija.
No, I said Smijarovich.
Smijarovich.
No, I don't think it's a hard J.
Smijarovich.
No, then you're going, no. That would be like a DJ.
DJ?
If it's a D and then a J.
DJ Smijarovich.
No, that's not quite it. But
Emilio Sorni dice, lo bueno de la ansiedad social es que nunca digo nada ni tonto ni listo.
Sí, si uno no dice nada, uno nunca la embarra.
Sí.
¿Cierto? 100% de efectividad.
Luca Guadaño dice, hello. Hi, Luca. How are
Luca.
you? Agustina Caruso
Hola,
dice,
Agustina.
Hola, Nico y Dani. Gran conversación, muchas gracias.
No,
Hola,
Agustina, siempre muy amable.
Jair nos estaba saludando desde la otra cuenta.
No, es que Jair, ¿qué es eso? No, Jair, bueno, pero doble like.
Jair y Piñeros. Jeff Avila was saying City of Lost Children is the best.
Yes.
Margo estaba
Jair,
diciendo...
¿la puede cambiar, por favor, a Pair Gineros?
Ay, sí, que una
Jair
cuenta
Piñeros y Jair y Pair
No, porque una
Gineros.
dice Jair Piñeros Ink Color, que es el Instagram, y el otro solo
por
dice
favor,
Jair Piñeros.
Solo es cambiarlo a Pair Gineros, por favor.
Pair Gineros, por favor.
Me encantaría.
Por
sí,
favor.
Me encantaría.
Margo dice, en Madrid son muy típicas las cajas.
¿Estas todavía
pues
existen?
dice organillo, en Madrid son muy típicos. Entonces de
Mm.
pronto estaba hablando de un organillo.
Bueno, sí, porque
Que es
pienso,
distinto, no tiene
pienso en
el
esos de
mico.
manivela con los que eran, parecían como medio gitanos siempre, y gitano, pues de pronto estoy generalizando con una persona como itinerante, como un viajero que no tenía como casa, no entendía nada como casa y solo iba y salía con su organito y lo importante era como con la mascota entre comillas. Esa era la idea, el miquito que bailaba y la gente le daba como plata.
Cody Winnicky said,
Ujú.
doing a specific hand motion to survive reminded me immediately of Snowpiercer.
Oh, do you know that? Because I don't know if he's talking about book/movie, but I've never watched that, Cody. So I don't know if you're still here or if you're in class, but I'll ask you tomorrow if you're left. But I don't know. I know that's a book, or I don't know if that's something specifically about it being a snow piercer. Like, is a snow piercer just doing this, just piercing snow just to see? Because what are the people that pierce snow just to see if there's a hole in it? So, because
I
you have to
don't know.
walk. No, I have no idea. Could you search? So maybe I'm gonna go with what I think I know, and let me see if we are super far from that, and you can correct me. So I know it's a book, and I know it's a movie. So maybe he's talking about the book or the
it's a
movie. But no, don't tell me.
Movie,
Okay.
a 2020 movie.
Yeah, but I think it
says.
was a book. But also a snowpiercer isn't like when you go traveling.
Oh
in
no, a
snow.
series.
Okay, yeah. No, I think it was a movie
No.
also.
3 seasons.
Yeah, but I think there was Chris Evans movie. I think wasn't it Snowpiercer? Chris Evans,
Well,
the
I
dude
see
that's like Captain America.
I know, but
Yeah.
I don't see him.
Okay,
I just see a series.
it's with the actress that was in Top Gun. I feel no, wasn't it her?
No,
No, I thought it was. I thought she was there.
this is the series.
Yeah, that's her.
Well, that's a series. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
a movie.
So that one is with that actress.
Okay.
Anyways, but put Snowpiercer job.
Ya voy. Momento, por favor. Momento. No, because they're just talking about the series.
'Cause-
What?
So if you're walking in snow, there's always somebody that has to punch holes like in front of you to see if there's a hole that you can't see because of the snow that would like collapse. Like so you're always like
So what are the jobs? No,
no.
because I looked for job of a snow piercer,
Yeah.
and it says, and it's talking again about the series.
Okay. Yeah. No. But I'm guessing. You know what I'm guessing because Cody's saying doing a specific hand motion to survive. So snow piercers. I mean, they're literally piercing the snow with a stick to see if like there's a big hole that you can't walk through.
Mhm.
You can't walk through that because you're gonna fall into that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just like making that up. Marcelo says it's basically a futuristic fiction with the early steam engine industrial machines aesthetics. So that's steampunk.
Mhm.
He was just giving you like a steampunk definition.
Oh, okay.
Organ grinder. Nicola said helped us with that.
Mhm.
Invictus said, have you played Amnesia? Oh, okay, we talked about that. Luca said, wow. Jeff, oh my God, Nicholas, this is rad. Thank you, Jeff.
Rad 1111.
I think he was doing, I love this. He was doing exclamation
Yeah.
point, which is always on top of the one.
Yeah, I know.
You know, we missed the shift, but that's amazing. I love that, Jeff. Jeff and I share a lot of visual things that he's also like a huge Hellboy fan, comic book fan. But I think Jeff and
visual interests?
yeah, I think we do. I think we
Oh, I
connect.
like that.
We connect in
No,
many
and I
places.
know that because sometimes you are trying to talk about something, like trying to do, like trying to talk about a book or a comic or
Yeah.
something, and you always say, Jeff, if you're here,
Yeah,
you can correct
Jeff and
me.
Marcelo helped me out
Yeah.
quite a bit. Let me see.
Amy,
Andy.
Amy
McLean.
McLean.
Those lines, wow. Yeah, I did some line work there just to try to find my way. It was, I was so sort of lost and kind of grasping as to what I wanted to do that my drawing, like whenever I invoke drawing, is always to help me find a way. That's really literally the reason I always try to draw or almost overdraw something, is just to try to explain myself something. What's the name of
Paijineros.
No, but what's the name of
That was
this
my joke.
character?
I have no idea because Jair is the one asking.
I wonder what Jair is talking about. Of this character, I wouldn't know. I don't know. My brother gave me some suggestions for a title, but I'm not because I showed my brother yesterday. Yeah, I showed him yesterday. Yeah, he's got the
premiere.
yeah, he's family. So come on,
pre-premiere.
Yeah. Because I know that he'll never like tell you or like share an image. Or my brother's like super cool.
Yeah.
My brother's the sort of person, it's like, don't tell this to anyone. He will never tell anything to anyone.
That's cool.
He's pretty amazing that way.
May Shukla said polio caused people lungs to be paralyzed, so that they needed iron lungs to breathe.
Yeah.
Lola Onigiri dice, Dios mío, Nicolás, ¿qué es esa grosería? Está súper.
Qué pena, Lola.
Verica said, wow.
Poliomyelitis. Yeah. Marcelo says, yeah, in here it's also, we shorten it to polio, but yeah, poliomyelitis
too.
Yeah. Have an iron lung is a medical respirator. Yep.
Wish list. Oh,
Marcelo was just to round that out.
Yeah.
I have to show you. It's like a submarine almost.
No, because I've heard about polio. There's even someone in the family of my father.
Yeah. Usually when polio affected, and it affected many people.
There were kids.
Yeah, and here there's Roosevelt came to Colombia. And there is a clinic, and there still is a foundation or something that would treat kids with polio. And when I was little, that was a very a thing that would happen. But what usually affects them is their limbs, their legs. So you could either end up in a wheelchair or just always have to use like a crutch or
I know that because there's two family members of my father that have polio. They're still alive and I know them, so so I knew about the poliomyelitis. Wishlist 011 said, my problem with Thanos. ¿Cómo se dice? Thanos.
I like, that in this channel,
no,
things are said the way you want to say them.
I'm going to say Thanos.
However you want to say them.
My problem is Thanos.
Okay.
No, my problem with Thanos is that despite the motivation for a quote-unquote better universe, he's such a git about it.
Well, because he's got that pride that comes with thinking that he's right and thinking that he's the only person in the universe that is capable of doing this job. So that has to build your... even though you're trying to do... Yeah, even though you're trying to do this thing for the sake of the universe, your ego is the biggest ego in the universe.
Exactly. He has the biggest ego.
Yeah.
So. Ignacio Casas dice epicardo.
Entonces, epic.
Sí, eso es una manera. Eso Samu te diría, papá.
¿Epicardo?
Epicardo es como, está epicardo. Sí.
Bueno, digamos que...
No, pues dile antes gracias a Ignacio.
Ignacio, grande.
Lola Onigiri dice, no he dejado de sonreír de solo verlo. Qué increíble.
Gracias, Lola.
Liad said, wishlist, agreed. Also, it shows limited mindset of the writers.
Yeah.
As if there couldn't be worlds that don't suffer from those problems.
Well, Liad, remember how old... they were trying to have a foot on the Infinity Gauntlet story that is... I don't know how old that story is. 30 years old, maybe? So it was still comic booky. And he's doing all of that in that story. I don't know if you're familiar with that one, Liad, because of death, because he's in love with death. So it's actually far more, it's either far bigger because it's a love story, or it's far more superficial because it's like, oh, come on, you're doing this for death? It's like, come on. So yeah, I think they are holding on to the comic booky part of that story a little bit. But I do think that Thanos was a super, super effective villain.
Yeah.
The thing,
I would say it's a super well-made character.
yeah, it is. It is. It is. I mean, think about superhero movies. They're usually like paper thin.
Yeah, because I mean that's why I like. I'm not saying I like Thanos, but I like the character they
Yeah.
created because he has the depth.
Yeah, Wanda is pretty cool.
She
For example,
yeah.
she is very, very
well
cool.
for me, Doctor Strange, because he's the
Yeah,
best,
and this
he
movie
has a lot of depth. No, and not only with the movie, also with As If.
What if?
As
As if.
As If is
Yeah.
a user
As
that
if
always
as
comes.
if would be the Mean Girls.
What if?
The Mean Girls parallel
As
universe.
if, yeah.
That's
what
perfect.
if they also
Showed
showed the
Doctor
depth.
Strange like
Exactly.
broken. Yeah.
But not only that,
Yeah.
but the first movie, I mean, the movie of
Yeah,
Doctor
it's very
Strange.
good. And the WandaVision is super good.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, I mean, I'm talking about Doctor Strange.
I know,
I
I
just
know.
want to talk about
Okay,
Doctor
yeah.
Strange. But you could see that he has layers
Yeah.
to who he is.
Yeah, he's complex.
It's not like, oh, I'm a superhero.
Yeah, no.
And I'm
he's-
cool.
And he started
I'm-
with a big ego. So
Yeah.
and it's funny in this movie, I think we can not spoil it, but we could say that every version of Doctor Strange in every multiverse has a big ego.
Mhm.
It's like, oh my god. It's like
That's in his
predictably-
DNA.
Yeah, he's always like predictable with this huge ego that
Mhm.
thinks he's always right. So that's actually pretty cool.
No, más arriba. Más arriba. Más arriba.
Yeah,
Es que te
okay.
saltaste mucho.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Mucho más arriba.
Okay.
Eh,
Oh yeah.
so Marcelo was saying,
Marcelo says, I love the background. It reminds me of Miguel Ancho Prado's amazing comics done with pastels on toned paper. So maybe that's a Portuguese, maybe that's a Brazilian.
let
Miguel
me-
Ancho.
You know my best friend's Google.
Prado. Miguel Ancho Prado. Because I'm not familiar, Marcelo.
So
Where are they from?
they are
Brazil?
something's happening with my internet. Spain.
Oh, so
Yeah,
it's
Spain.
Catalan. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure. Are they from like Barcelona or?
It says A Coruña.
Okay.
So
Let me show me. Maybe I know them, but I
comic.
I don't think I know them. I feel bad. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen this. Ooh, Marcelo always has like good suggestions. Oh, he did 1984? Like a
Oh,
visual.
so maybe these are the ones they're talking about. With
It's very cool. No, I was not familiar. It's very nice. I'll take a look. Miguel Ancho Prado.
And Marcelo said, very beautiful
Oh,
work,
thank you.
Nicolas.
Wishlist says, Leah, hi there. Yeah, it seems as they've written him as a villainous for the sake of it, when you might expect him to regret what he sees as an essential evil. Okay, I think I get that. Nicola says, like Sisyphus. Yeah, yes. Sisyphean task. I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Marcel, always here, always.
Yeah, and not too many questions though,
Okay.
said Marcial.
Juan Carlos Stella, hola.
Hola.
Hola, Juan Carlos.
Hola, Juan Carlos. Robin said, Jack in the Box.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah?
It wouldn't be the little bit of jolt you would get with the little clown popping out, but
kind of, yeah.
but you know the
A variation of that.
yes, for sure.
An
At least
as if variation of.
the twang to the generator. I like the I like the sound of a Jack in the Box, especially the slow to like quick. I like that. I really like that sound.
Julia Tovar
Who is that?
said, hey, just arrived, so I didn't hear the story again, but I actually love not to know this one and having to guess.
That's actually super cool. I think that's a great game. Hola, nice cap, Nicolas. Yeah, always. I mean,
And M.A. was saying.
yeah.
'cause-
I mean, that lamp can give me, a bad sun. I could get a bad sunburn from
No,
that
well, I
light.
mean, you're laughing about it, but there's different sun protection factors. There's UVA and UVB.
But isn't that for
UV
screens?
UVB are
Yeah.
the ones that can cause you like skin cancer. But UVA that are the ones, I mean, you can think it in an easy way, like UVA as aging,
Okay.
and that comes from the screen too.
You know, I'm actually 14.
I mean, no, you never use sunblock, so
Yeah, I never.
you would add a 0, so 140.
So there's
to
a lot
that,
of people that use sunblock for when they work too much on computers.
Yeah, you should.
Wow.
But if you do, you should look for sunscreen that has also UVA, not
Okay.
not
Look at
only
that.
UVB.
Danny with the dermatological
And that's
facts.
why if you're staying home,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's cold day, but if you're using your phone all the time, you should use a sunscreen.
Look
So-
at the doctor is in and has spoken.
Nat
Nat,
Ferdinand.
hey guys, so happy to catch you in life for once. Feels less alone while working. Awesome.
No,
We're here
super
to just
cool.
provide company. Dani, ¿andas con gripa? Ya saliendo.
Sí, ya saliendo. Se me oye un poquito.
Poquito.
Sí, pero no. Para lo que estuve,
No, estuvo estuvo con un pie en la cripta.
Sí.
Sí.
Toqué. Sí,
No
sí,
le haga
sí.
reír que
Sí, sí, sí.
se le salió un pulmón.
Con un pie
Ah.
toqué el infierno y volví. Mentira.
Okay.
Pero, sí.
Snowpiercer is a movie show. How good is Snowpiercer? Because I've always wanted to watch it, but I don't know. But we started
but
watching.
look, no, because I've heard, because I'm reading what Leah had said, and I kind of heard the story about that. Because it says Snowpiercer is a movie / show about a train that has to keep moving through a snow post-apocalyptic world.
So if it stops, it's too cold and everyone dies.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
I think I've heard that.
Yeah, maybe.
As
How good
soon
is
as
it? And is the Chris Evans movie better than the show? I want to ask
Well,
that too.
Julia, pues scrollea.
Okay.
Dice, sí, película con Chris Evans, buenísima, por
Entonces
cierto.
es recomendado por Julia, que quiere decir que es pésima.
Ay.
Bueno. So Cody says, I was talking about the dystopian sci-fi movie. Oh, okay. There's a book and a show, but the movie is top notch. And I can't say more without. Okay, so
Let's see the movie.
we're gonna watch the
Can
movie. We can watch the movie.
Can we watch it tonight?
We can watch tonight. Yeah.
No, because we're seeing.
We're
it
watching
here.
Better Call Saul. Yeah.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoiler, please, because we just started yesterday because we like to binge on these shows. We can't stand watching like one episode.
Well, we
can.
We can do it, but
It's nice, but we don't know anything about the season, so it's nice to watch like 5-6 episodes straight. Nicola says, I gotta go, unfortunately. Bye, guys. Excellent stream as always.
Thank you,
Nicola.
Nicola.
Thank you.
happy to have you.
Jair says, name of the painting.
LOL. The name of the painting.
Yeah, I don't have a name. I'm not like Hearst that thinks about the titles first and then the names. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't. I don't like. It doesn't come to me like super quickly with this one. But I'll title it for sure.
Marcelo Peralta said, look for Miguel Angio's Tangents or Tangencias.
Awesome.
Snowpiercer movie is great, but sad.
Okay, that's life.
Let's see
So
it.
yeah.
Let's see it. Let's watch it.
We'll
today.
watch it. Yeah. I can look for it. I don't know if it's on Netflix
Oh, okay. I thought
or I'll just look for it.
Okay.
Yeah. come on.
That's better.
Yeah, better.
So,
anyways,
thank you everyone
yes,
for
thank
joining
you.
us.
Yeah.
Again, I really, really loved what you did.
Thank you.
I'll take my time.
All the time you need.
So maybe we'll see you next Monday, but maybe we won't.
Next year.
And we'll let you know
Yeah.
when
No.
the answer for it's gonna come. But we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, for sure. But even if it's even if you don't do it on Monday, we'll do a video on Monday. We'll be live here.
No.
on Monday.
Well, I was saying if we could see each other like this.
Oh yeah,
Like
visual.
in this setup.
Like my
in a
face,
visual
my
correspondence.
our faces with the
Lava.
golden sun.
Lava.
Yeah.
Where are monkey universe faces?
There we go. That works too, I
yeah.
guess. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
By the way, thank you. You helped me clean up my mess yesterday.
Yeah, because
We reorganized some of the figures. Some of the figures. I think it's pretty cool. Because I got Django Fett. So I have my Fett clones. I want to do like a small collection of Fett clones. Not all of the Boba Fett's or Fett's, but and so I wanted to put them in like one space, but that meant that reorganizing a ton of things. It's not great, but I think it's as good as it can be. A little crowded, you know.
No, but
a little bit.
no, I don't think.
Yeah, a little bit. I wish I could have like this apartment.
Yeah, but
Could
you're
you
like,
imagine when they were renting stuff, when they were renting like a small apartment downstairs, I was like, maybe that could be our studio and I can move all of this
well,
stuff
I thought
down
that
there.
too, but it would be cheaper to get a big
we can't-
apartment,
no,
a
we
bigger
can't.
apartment
This
than having two apartments.
is like we can't.
Yeah, 'cause
pay
I also
to
thought
rent.
about that.
That's ridiculous.
Because also it was a small apartment.
It was very small,
like
yeah.
a one room.
Yeah,
No, maybe
it was even smaller than one
aparta
room.
studio. I don't know how to say that, but
A
like
studio apartment.
studio, exactly.
Yeah, so it was very small, but I was like, maybe,
Yeah.
and then I thought, no, what are you talking about? That's crazy. Anyways,
Yeah.
thank you because you helped me move some of these
No worries.
figures around, which I totally trust you with them. I was dying a little bit inside yesterday,
Well,
but
you
I trust
trust
you.
me,
Yes, I trust you.
but then I look at you while I'm moving
Dying
them, and you're
inside.
like,
Dying inside.
yeah.
I age more quickly than if I don't use protect what is sunscreen for UVA rays
UVA or UVB?
or UVB.
Because UVB are the most important.
Yeah, but I was saying about the screen ones.
Oh.
So
So
I was
you're
just trying
paying
to.
attention.
Yeah, I'm always paying attention.
flexing with your
Uh,
skincare knowledge.
Yeah, always. And then today you helped organize that closet. You guys don't see it,
Yeah,
but there's a
because
closet
the thing
there.
is that I really love.
Organizing stuff.
Yeah, but like
You're
a
amazing at it, by the way.
declutter. That's
Yeah,
why
you're
what I
incredible.
love. Like taking everything outside. Because
Yeah.
I told you, like, let me organize that closet. And you were like, no, it's fine. And I told you, let me do it, but I have to take everything outside. And when you came back, because you were at the mall buying
Yeah,
the
stuff for shipping stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You came back, and I had things in the living room, things in the hallway, things in the room, and it looked like a
Yeah.
disaster.
I had
as
no
if
idea
we were
that-
moving in.
I had no idea that things we had in the closet could occupy our whole apartment.
Oh,
They can.
they can. But now you can open the closet. You can
It's
see
pretty amazing.
everything. There's like, because I was trying to organize like tools, like working tools
Yeah.
here, shipping things here.
Yeah.
Because
You're
sometimes I
no,
was
it's
like,
pretty amazing.
where's the tape? And you were like, oh,
In
down.
the closet.
You have to move the mouse from like the other mouse from the computer, and then there's a mic, and then there's the tape. And I was like,
Perfect place.
it doesn't make sense.
What are you talking about?
So
It's like the place for
you
tape.
have a fresh new
It's pretty amazing.
organization system that
It's very amazing. I'm looking
and now
forward.
you have space.
I'm looking
a lot of
forward
space.
for it lasting about
A
3
day.
days. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I had fun.
No.
So-
You're amazing at it. I was telling you, if that could be your job, we're both artists, but in the same way that I don't know what I could be good at. No, that's where
No, porque
outside of art, I don't know if I had any. I think nothing. Yeah, nothing.
what do you like doing?
Art.
I think you could be a good video game
What?
like
Player?
tester, the ones that test.
No,
the
those are
game.
good. Those people are good.
I think you're good.
Super
The
mediocre.
thing is that you don't have the time to do it, but I
Yeah.
think you're really good.
No, but honestly, no. Honestly, like this is fine. I am good at doing one. I recognized in life that I'm good at doing one thing.
No, you're good at doing a lot of things.
Honestly, no.
No, you are.
I
You have an amazing memory,
have a good memory.
which I have no recollection what I had for lunch.
Yeah.
Like that's how my brain works.
I'm good at when I'm telling you like, oh, I'm not gonna have any more iced tea. I'm good at hiding the iced tea that I do buy so that you don't know that I bought more and that I drink it. I'm good at that. So, maybe
The
there's
thing is that I always notice.
yeah, I know,
So-
but maybe there's a talent there, maybe.
No,
but
you're
you
good
are
with a lot of
so
things.
good. Like you could be. I mean, we don't live. I don't think that that's very popular here in Bogota. But you could do a proper job. Like if they hired you to like, oh, this is my mess, and you're like, leave me to it.
Yes, but I think I'm good doing it here,
Yeah.
but it would be hard for me to go. Sometimes I saw, sorry, I'm like jumping,
No.
but some like in TV, I thought it was I think it was in
I forget. I don't know.
Discovery.
I don't know.
The people that had like a lot of stuff,
Oh, the
like collectors. They
yeah. What do you call
collected a
that?
lot of-
What do you call that?
Like I couldn't go to someone's house like that
Yeah.
and not knowing what I'm gonna
Oh,
get.
that's a lot.
Like,
But that's the extreme.
but that's the people that.
And that's like.
But that's sometimes the people that family say, you know what, mom, dad, uncle, whatever. We're gonna help you. We're gonna call some people that are gonna reorganize.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. But the thing is that I really enjoy doing it.
Yeah, but that's like a
for
condition, I
us.
feel, because
Yeah.
they can't
Let
throw
go.
anything away. They can't
Exactly.
let go of anything.
But I love that. Like my father and my mother, they're gonna. Well, my dad mainly wants to reorganize their ¿Cómo se dice depósito?
Oh,
deposit?
no, I don't know what that's
Locker
called.
room?
Maybe.
Maybe it's like
Yeah.
a big room in the parking lot because
No.
theirs is a big one.
Yeah, but in the U.S. there's nothing like
doesn't
that.
exist?
No,
Okay.
that stuff like
Like
that.
a
No.
garage?
No,
No,
no.
like a room for stuff that you don't usually use, and it's a room you have in.
So usually
the
buildings
parking
here
lot.
in Bogota, and maybe this is
have
somebody
like
can help
a
us.
locker room. I think it's like a
Yeah,
locker room.
and it's like a closet. No, it's bigger than
like
closet.
storage,
It's a storage room.
like a
that,
storage unit. I would
yeah,
call
that
it.
almost like not in every building here in Bogota. Like,
the
let's not
majority.
generalize, but there's a lot of buildings, and it's very
Very useful.
usual also. Like
And
that's
useful, yeah.
that
Storage
if it has
room.
a parking lot, and most again we're generalizing, but most buildings have parking lots, like underground parking lots or like same level parking lots.
Cacaito dice storage room.
Yeah, they have storage rooms. So every apartment in the building will have a storage room where you put whatever you want, your Christmas decorations, your Christmas tree, or your
Yeah, and the one in my parents' house is
big.
pretty big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you say.
it's like a room,
Yeah,
like another bedroom.
ours is kind of small here.
It's smaller than our smallest bathroom, so
It's very small,
pretty like tight.
very tight.
But theirs is super big, and my dad wants to like organize it in a better way. So I was like,
It's your
and
job.
he was like, Danny, can you please?
That's
and I was
all
like,
you.
yes.
That
So
is
we're
all
gonna
you.
put some repisas, shelves.
Shelves.
So we're gonna put some shelves, and we're
Dude.
gonna
Oh, you can
organize
take my
color code.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, that's all you.
Yeah, I would be happy doing that.
Yeah, no. You can take the power tools we have. Yeah.
I would happily use them.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, I think
So-
we're done.
Yeah. Thank you everyone again for being here.
Thank you.
you.
No, you
for
were
the
awesome. Always.
response. And we'll see you guys
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yes.
So
I think Wednesday we have to do shipping. But I was gonna ask you if Wednesday we do an early. After we do shipping, if we do the live.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, is that good? Yeah. So Wednesdays it's probably gonna be a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what to do. So I'm gonna
And
close
Thursday,
this Thursday.
It's my father's birthday.
Your father's birthday.
Yeah.
Your dad's birthday.
My dad's birthday.
Isn't it also your grandma's birthday on Thursday?
No, the 11th. El 9,
Oh
mi
no.
papá.
Oh,
11,
good,
mi
good,
abuela.
good. No, that's wonderful.
So
Your
yeah,
dad is an amazing person.
he's
Incredible.
the sweetest.
Super nice.
So thank you everyone. Now, go to the OBS
OBS.
and then
Stop streaming.
So bye everyone.
Bye.
We'll